Hola, amigos, and welcome to Spain Impossible. I am your host, Jim, and today we are covering the holidays. So, what do you do on the blueprint? We've got it's the beginning of November, so we got Thanksgiving coming up, we got Christmas coming up, we got New Year's Eve coming up. We've got all this stuff, all this family stuff. I'm sure that you guys are going to be involved in just like I am. Thanksgiving we spend at my mother-in-law's house. Christmas we spend with two different sides of the family, if you can relate to that. Used to be three, but now it's two. Long story short, anyways, we are probably a lot like you. We have family, and family expects us to show up and do our thing and be a part of what's going on. And I'm sorry if the lighting's a little bit off because I am in the truck, and I don't have the sunlight. It's actually evening when I'm recording them. Well, a little later than evening. But anyways, uh, I had a great email from Chris, and he asked, he said, what do you do about the holidays? And I said, well, let's make a video about that because that is a perfect video to do, being that we're going into November. So if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you've been here before, thank you for showing up again. Um, and, if you're subscribed, great. If you're not, why not? Okay. So I did a video earlier in the year about my niece's wedding. And the way to handle the holidays is a lot like how I handled my niece's wedding. But my niece's wedding was a little bit different because there's not, all of the family, and there weren't dishes to pass and things like that. So here is my first tip. If you are in charge of bringing a dish to pass, for God's sakes, bring something that makes sense on the blueprint. And if other people don't like it, or other people, don't engage with it, hey, more leftovers for you, right? But at least going in that you've got something to eat that's a good decision. As far as the rest of it goes, you know what? Use your thinking cap, be mindful, and do what you can in order to, do the king prince pauper, which, we eat Thanksgiving dinner pretty early, and Christmas dinner pretty early, so it's really around lunchtime. I realize, maybe on some of you may celebrate on Christmas Eve, and then it's, more of a dinner time type of deal. But do the best that you can, and remember, just get back on the blueprint the next day. So if you want to go hog wild and give yourself a bonus day, give yourself a bonus day. You know, the only thing I would caution against maybe in this situation is if you are abstaining from alcohol to be on the blueprint, and you would typically drink at these types of things, then, maybe keep off the alcohol, because we all know that as we get a little buzz going, we make some poorer decisions. I mean, that's kind of the way that it works. And those poor decisions may just be an extra slice of pie, or maybe an extra hot fudge on your sundae, or whatever that happens to be, an extra helping of gravy, or two extra rolls. I don't know. All I'm saying is that we have to go into this being mindful. Typically when you walk, we do, like, cafeteria style, where you just kind of walk by everything and grab and put it on your plate. And if it's like that, it's a little bit more difficult to take that extra moment. So maybe peruse the table first and go, okay, I'm going to go for this, this, and this. And I'm going to have some of that because it's my favorite, but I'm going to have a little, just a little of it. So that's how we handle the holidays, whether it be Thanksgiving, Christmas. New Year's Eve is a different story completely, because that tends to be pretty late. And when people are up late and possibly adding alcohol into the mix, um, some stuffing of the face can happen. And what I'm here to say is it's okay. It's okay for you to have a day. Now, you may want to plan in, here's a great tip for you. If you feel like maybe you're going to overeat and maybe it's not going to be a good situation for the blueprint, maybe plan in the next day, or maybe not the next day. Maybe eat the leftovers on the next day, because we always end up with leftovers whenever we go anywhere for these types of things, because they're always like shoving Ziploc baggies at you, and here, just return my dish when you get a chance, type of thing. And sometimes, hey, Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner stretch out for a couple of days. So maybe not the day after. If it's something you really, really, really enjoy, have at it. Just try and be a little portion conscious. There I go, stumbling over my words again. Um, so that's what I'm going to do. I mean, at Thanksgiving, I'm just going to try and look for the fiber and look for the healthy fat, and maybe keep away from as much of the meat and cheese and dairy and stuff that I can. But ultimately, when it comes down to it, it's a fun time with family. And it's not something that you're going to cancel going to because you're on the blueprint. It's not something, it's just like my niece's wedding. I wasn't going to cancel going to my niece's wedding. I don't expect you to cancel going to a family event like Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner, or if you've got weddings during this time, maybe you've got a friends group that you do a Christmas party for. My wife has a friends group that I forgot all about that. We do a Christmas party with our friends group that we play cards with all the time. Most of them have not seen me in about 28 weeks. So I've just been kind of keeping myself away from things because I'm, in this journey of losing 100 pounds, and I've done phenomenally well. There's going to be some people that haven't seen me that are going, oh my God, what happened to you? Are you sick? Do you have cancer? What's going on? But we do have that Christmas party as well, and that's always a finger food dish to pass type of thing, and nobody brings in anything that's healthy. So I'm just gonna chalk it up to a day. I mean, it's just a bonus day. It's just a family day. It's just a thing that happens, and I'm probably going to get back to my tip, is build in a 36-hour fast either the day after or a day or two later. Um, so I would say within 2 to 3 days, build yourself in a 36-hour fast. And if you haven't done a 36-hour fast, I could say, why not? But, we don't really touch on those things until, beyond 12 weeks, just because they can be difficult the first few times you do them. I'm on a 36-hour fast right now. I've passed several restaurants and gone, you know what? No, thank you. I'm fasting. I'm telling you, it works. It's the dumbest thing in the world, but it works. Just say, no, thank you. I'm fasting. And tomorrow morning, I'll get up and do what I got to do and have some breakfast. And my 36-hour fast will be over. But throw in that 36-hour fast if you are comfortable with it. Otherwise, have yourself your day for your Thanksgiving dinner, your Christmas dinner, whatever it happens to be, and just step right back into what you were doing. And at the end of the week, if you don't throw that fast in there, you may be up a pound or two, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just threw out a video saying, you know what, I finally had a week where I gained, and I threw out some reasons behind it. And ultra processed foods is one of the biggest things behind it. And here in the States, as much as we think of Thanksgiving and Christmas time as home cooking, I guarantee you the basics for almost all those things are ultra processed foods. So expect that your body may react differently to it depending on how long you've been on the blueprint. But don't not show up. Don't write it off and say, hey, I can't right now. I'm on a diet. You may not even want to mention the fact that you're on a diet and just eat a little bit lighter than you have in the past years. So I hope this helps. And in reality, it's what I'm going to do. One of my very favorite things is pumpkin pie. And if somebody brings a pumpkin pie or a pumpkin cheesecake to Thanksgiving dinner, guess what? I'm going to have a slice. I'm probably going to make it a small slice. Maybe I would have taken a much larger slice in years past, but I will make it a small slice. But it's one of my favorite things. It's just like celebrating 80 pounds with the red velvet cupcake. It's one of my favorite things. Why not? It's not going to kill you. It's not going to throw you off this weight loss journey. It's just something that you need to keep to a minimum, if that makes sense. At least until you've reached your goal weight and you're comfortable and you're doing the right things and you're continuing, to stay and maintain at that comfortable weight, and you can go, you know what? I haven't had a red velvet cupcake in 3 months. I'm gonna get one. Or maybe it's a sprinkled donut. Hey, life's better with sprinkles, isn't it? That's what I always say. That was my convince myself that I could have a sprinkled donut. Um, so life's better with sprinkles, and sometimes you got to have sprinkles. Just make sure they're kind of few and far between, and that way you'll keep on your journey, and even after you've reached your goal weight, having that cupcake didn't affect my weight for the week, um, and it was probably because I got a 36-hour fast in that week. So the following week was when I didn't get a 36-hour fast in, and I was eating ultra processed food. Well, you guys can see that video. You guys can look at that video. Anyways, I've rattled on long enough. I certainly hope this helps. If you got value from this, join the shout out club. I will shout you out on one of my videos or one of my shorts. Uh, you know, Skip on over. There's a link down below to the buy me a coffee. Scan the QR code I've got up here. Buy me one, buy me three, buy me five, buy me 10. The way I look at it is all the thousands of dollars that I've spent on diet pills and programs over the course of my life. The least I can ask for is a small donation to help me keep this free, because that's what I want this to be. I want it to be free. 100% free, because I know it changed my life, and I know it can change others as well. So that's the pitch for the little donation. Obviously, if you're here, you've hung out this long. Hey, if you haven't subscribed, why the hell not? When I look at my analytics and most of my viewers are not subscribed, I just go, why not? You don't have to watch every video just because you're subscribed. You got to go down to your little subscribed thing on the corner of YouTube and look. Oh, he put something out. Let me see if it's any good. And of course, give me the thumbs up. Let YouTube know that this old fart might have something worth spreading around and sharing with people. And drop me a comment. I have been overwhelmed. Recently, I have to say, my subscribers have doubled, which I'm not big yet, but that's fantastic to see my subscribers jumping up this past month. And I've been getting some comments, so drop me a comment down below. I love interacting with you guys on the comments. This idea for this video I had not even thought of yet, and someone mentioned to me, they emailed me off the website. There's a way that you can email me off of the SpainImpossible.com website. And he was like, hey, do you have anything about what to do with the holidays? And I'm like, oh my God, thank you, Chris. That is a brilliant idea. And I emailed him back and said, thanks for the idea. I will do that. I will put that video out. And this video is going to come out first week in November. So it is perfect in time for Thanksgiving. Because it gives you a couple of weeks to think about some things. And if you have been asked, like I am always asked, I'm a very good cook. Everything we're asked to, there's always a caveat. There's always a have Jim make his meatballs, have Jim make his beefy cheese ball, have Jim bring his pizza, have Jim make his green bean casserole, have Jim, it's always, always, always has a caveat. But since I'm in the blueprint, I can make those things healthier, and I can figure out a better way to make those things healthier if that's the case. Or I can bring them to please the crowd and just go, I'm not touching that because I know what's in it, and it ain't what I want to eat. So just be smart, just think about things. Don't go into Thanksgiving or a bonus day of Christmas Day or whatever, I kind of call them a bonus day. Don't go into a bonus day thinking that you can just stuff whatever in your pie hole. You still got to bring your brain along with you, and try to make the smartest decisions you can. But there are going to be some things that you're going to want to splurge on, and you know what, go ahead, have that piece of pie that you love, just make it a little smaller piece, than what you normally would, maybe a little less whipped cream on top than you normally would, whatever it happens to be. Just be smart. because that's what the blueprint's trying to teach you is just be smart. And I've rattled on long enough, and I've probably said this before, but actually I haven't said this before on this video, so come along for the journey, because man, oh man, it is gonna be one hell of a journey. And it already has. It's already been one hell of a journey, and there's so much further to go. But until next time, guys, hasta luego.